Welcome to the next session of the Student Accounts tutorials. Today we're going to be talking about the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act, otherwise known as FERPA. FERPA is a law that protects students' educational records and their privacy. Consider FERPA similar to HIPAA standards for the healthcare industry. Students must authorize any individual to obtain information about their student records, including their student account information. Appalachian State has two ways of doing this, both of which should be completed. The first one is through the AppleNet self-service. This is where students do registration as well as many additional tasks with the university. The student will go to applenet.appstate.edu. They'll click on Login to AppleNet self-service. When they log in, they will see personal information and student, and many will see a financial aid tab. The student should click on the Student tab and then come down to the fifth option that says Parent Access. Up to 2 individuals can be added for this access. The student will enter the parent or guardian name, their email address for the first individual, and then the same for the second individual if there are 2. The student will pick randomly a 6-digit PIN number, and then they will select which departments that they are allowing the university to speak to these individuals listed. This authorization is to be able to speak to our office regarding the student account details, as well as any other office. When calling us, please be prepared to provide your student's 900 student ID number, as well as the 6-digit parent PIN number. If a student has forgotten this PIN number, the student can come back in and resave the information, selecting a new PIN, and click Submit. These update in real time. For parents or guardians contacting us by phone, please have their student ID as well as this 6-digit parent PIN number ready when you call. Without both of these pieces of information, we are unable to assist with specific student account information. Please also make sure that the student clicks Student Account Information. Oftentimes, it's also necessary, not for our office, but for financial related issues, to select the financial aid information as well. And please note that this does not give the parent or guardian access to the bill, the billing information, to pay the bill, to set up a payment plan, or to the IRS Form 1098-T. This authorization in the AppleNet portal is simply to allow us to speak with you over the phone, or if you email us, you can email us and include your student's ID and parent PIN number in your initial inquiry. Additionally, if a parent comes to our office in person, they will need to have this information, as well as an ID to prove who they are. The second way to authorize a parent or guardian, the student will also log in to AppleNet self-service. They will click on the Student tab, and this time they will click on the third item, which is Student Accounts. They will then select Billing and Payment Center by TouchNet. The student will then authenticate with the university. If the student's already done this, it typically only has to be done one time per day. and this is the screen that the student would see. We'll have a separate session tutorial to discuss all of the other items on this page, but the important one we're talking about here is the authorized user option. The student will click authorized user, they will click add authorized user, they will put in an email address here, and we strongly recommend selecting all three options as yes. Oftentimes students set up access and do not click all of these, which ends up causing issues later when a parent, for example, tries to print their IRS form 1098T. Once a student does this and enters the parent or guardian email address here and clicks continue, there's one additional page that the student will view, and then they'll click submit. As soon as the student submits, an email will be sent from cashiers@appstate.edu. This is not the email address you enter here, but just to spell out that email address, it is cashiers@appstate.edu. This email address is where almost all communications from student accounts will come. We highly recommend that you go into your email service and, if possible, whitelist this email address as well as student accounts@appstate.edu. When you have an inquiry via email, this is the email address you will send it to. So again, that's cashiers@appstate.edu and studentaccounts@appstate.edu. Once this is submitted, the email address that was entered for the parent in this section will receive 2 emails from cashiers@appstate.edu. Oftentimes, when 2 emails from the same address come very quickly, your email system thinks that it is spam. If you do not see the emails in your inbox, please check your spam or junk folder to look for the emails. The 2 emails consist of 2 different things. The first one is a temporary password that will be used when you log in as a parent or guardian to the TouchNet system for the first time. The second one is a link that will take you to the login page. If for some reason you forget that link, you can come to the Student Accounts webpage and select Authorized User Pay Now. This is the page that you'll come to. You'll enter the email address that the student entered and that you received the email at, as well as the temporary password. You'll click Login, and a page will come up to change the password to one that's familiar to you, and that will be your password until you choose to change it. So again, there's 2 forms of authorization. The first one was back inside AppleNet, which I'll take you back to. Which is here. This is where they authorize you as a parent or guardian to be able to contact us via phone, email, or in person. And you should also then, of course, have that 9-digit student ID that begins with 900, as well as the 6-digit parent PIN number. Please note this 6-digit parent PIN number is completely different than the password, which was a temporary password emailed to you that you then change when you log in. The second authorization is inside TouchNet. Again, the student will go to Student, Student Accounts, Billing and Payment Center by TouchNet. If they've already been authenticated for the first time for the day, they will automatically go into TouchNet. If not, then they will do the 2-factor authentication for the first time that day. And again, they would go over here to Authorized Users to type in your information. So that is all for this session. We'll continue to have additional sessions posted shortly, and there will be a separate one, as I mentioned earlier, to go through all of the other information that is found in the TouchNet Billing and Payment Center. Thanks for watching and have a great day.